Now, Skip, they asked him after the game. Yeah, he said, I was disappointed, but all I care about is winning. So if I'm Frank Vogel and if I'm the front office of the Lakers, I'm saying, bro, you told me all you care about is winning. I think our best chance for us winning is you coming off the bench.
Thank you.
That's what I was telling him. So you care about winning, right? That's what you said. The problem that I have with him, Skip, is that he never want to accept any responsibility for his poor play. The first thing he said is that everybody else missed shots. I'm allowed to miss. Bruh, ain't nobody asked you about that. When you was getting triple-doubles, you never said everybody else getting triple-doubles. But it's like, it's always, well, everybody else missed shots. Bruh, you playing bad. You're playing terrible. And what's on top of that, you're not playing any defense. Skip, at least if the man giving you 38 and 38-point triple-doubles, 40-point triple-doubles, 50-point triple-doubles, you make it look, bruh, you 1 for 10. And you're not going to play defense, he's the one guy that's so impacted by when he's not scoring. Because if he's not scoring, he's like the hell with anything else. And that rubbed me the wrong way with him. Just Kevin Durant has an off game, which isn't very often. He's like, hey, couldn't get a rhythm. Give them guys credit. They played good. They don't say, well, Kevin Durant doesn't say, well, when I was scoring 50, you never asked me about anything. When I did this, you didn't ask me about anything. That's how it's good. I'm not going to ask Skip how his drive to work was if he wasn't in an accident. That's how it works. If you're in an accident, what happens, Skip? Ain't nobody asking you how. They ask you about your play when you play bad. Because the expectation, you're supposed to play good, Russ. You are the all-star. You an all-NBA player, a top 75 player. So you should have went home and looked in the mirror and said, you know what? I'm a top 75 player. I'm a former MVP, a multiple-time all-star, multiple-time first-team all-NBA. I became unplayable in the overtime. I only played 5.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Damn, I must be, what's going on with me? Instead of saying, oh, everybody else plays bad, somebody else did this, somebody else did that. What about you? I didn't ask you about anybody else. I didn't ask you to critique the team. They asked you about your play. What was your play like? Skip, he came in, the Lakers had a 6-point lead when he returned to the lineup.
This is in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter.
Yep. And by the way, he was effectively benched in the fourth quarter.
Yes, he was.
Because if you look at your fourth quarter box, what do you see? I see that Trevor Ariza played all 12 minutes. I see that Talen Horton-Tucker played more than Russ. And I see Austin Reeves played more than Russ in the fourth quarter. So
exactly. So for the game, he was minus 15. With Russ on the court, they was minus 15. With him off the court, they're plus 22. I got to skip. I did something you did. I got a little video. I want to show people a little video. Skip, you don't already like the Bronx video. I'll let you have the video.
Well, I have one.
I got one. I just want to show you this right here. Look at this, Skip. Look at Russ. Now, he got R.J. Barrett. Skip, what is that? Skip, what was that?
Well, that's what Vogel said after the game.
I got enough. Now, remember earlier, do we got the other one? Look at this, Skip. Okay, that's his guy. I got it. Skip, what was...
No, you don't. How many times have you
okay,
seen
here's
that
the thing.
this year?
Okay, this is the Karis LeVert. Do not let Karis LeVert go right. Skip, what was that? And then he was talking about, do not let Karis LeVert, we had said, don't let Karis LeVert go right. He out there hopping and reaching. Skip, look at this. Look at this. Here you go, hopping again. What is he hopping like a bunny rabbit for? It ain't Easter. You Peter Cottontail? Man, drop your hip, slide over there and close the door. If what he says is true, that all I care about is winning, when Frank Vogel and the higher-ups, Rob Pelinka, call him in a room, Kurt Rambis, whomever else, Jeannie Buss, and they sit him down and says, Russ, you say you care about winning. We believe our best chance to win is with you coming off the bench. I've seen enough with him, LeBron, and AD. He doesn't, Skip, I'm not saying he wasn't a great player, but he's not a great player with the Lakers currently. And right now, Malik Monk is better than him. Malik Monk can finish better at the rim. He's better in the pick and roll. He's better in the dunker spot. He's a better shooter from three. He's a better mid-range shooter. He's a better free throw shooter. So, well, damn, Skip, I mean, I keep going better. How the hell is he playing at all? Yeah, you know it.
Frank Vogel after the game. I think obviously Russ was having a tough night on both sides of the ball. He said that.
Yeah, he said both. B-O-A-F, both.
Yes. And Bron was really going. This is Vogel still. So I knew the ball was going to be in Braun's hands, and I felt like we were going to get more from a defensive perspective and off-ball action from Talon, as in Horton Tucker.
That man scored 2 points, Skip. All Taylor Hunker gave you was 2 points, Skip. And he said, you know what? I'd rather have him on the court than a former All-Star.
Whew. So here we go again. For the previous 5 years, averaged a triple-double. Slam dunk, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Disaster for LeBron and AD. Does not fit, gums up the works. They have to win in spite of him, yet both of them, foolishly after the game, fed right back into he's got to keep shooting. You know, he's got to just shoot shots in rhythm. You know, both of them said this, and I said, you're kidding.
What rhythm?
What rhythm is right, which brings us to it's time once again for our almost daily Russell Westbrook blooper reel. This one featuring 9 missed shots on Saturday night. If we could roll it. 9 misses. Here we go, Russ. Russ, come on, that was ridiculous.
That was so weak.
Yeah, that was weak. Russ? Whoops. Russ? You feeling it? How many of those has he missed this year?
You got the dunk in there that he missed?
Yeah,
I hope you got it. Skip, what
That
was
hits the side of the backboard, Russ.
Oh, my.
Whoops. I like it how he holds the pose and then...
No, Goodwill, that ain't going, that ain't nowhere near the basket.
Russ, whoops. He almost had a turnover, and then he missed a left hand. Worst hands of any point guard I've ever seen.
Ever.
He's missed, again, right at the mouth.
They was like, no.
The crowd is saying no, and he said, well, I'll do it. And then it doesn't really bother him because, as he said once again after the game, he says, you know, it happens. I missed some shots that I normally make. Russ, what do you normally make?
Yeah, exactly. Bro, you a 43% career shooter. It's not like you make a ton of shots, so you actually doing exactly what you've been doing your career. Missing.
From 3, he's now 30%, 30%. That ranks 143rd of 149. From the free throw line, and we didn't even put in, he had 2 huge misses the other night down the stretch of regulation. 57.9 seconds left. He clanged 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they were up 4 at that point, and I think those would have been the daggers. I'm pretty sure.
And that was right after he let R.J. Barrett go.
That was boom. Yep. So from the free throw line, Russ is now 66.8%. That ranks 102nd of 104 qualified. Only worst free throw shooters in the league are Christian Wood and Evan Mobley. Really? So 2 centers are shooting worse free throws than you are.
Skip.
You are the point guard for the Los Angeles Lakers.
That became unplayable in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Of 38 guys that have taken at least 200 shots in the restricted area, Russ is 37.
No surprise. How many has he missed at the rim?
Because
left and right.
Here's the thing, Skip. The reason why Tom Brady was able to play for 22 years, not only was he good, but he didn't rely on athleticism. So he was least affected by Father Time.
Yep.
Russ relies on athleticism, hence why he can't finish like he once could at the rim. Hence why Malik Monk is better, because he can do more. You put him in the pick and roll with LeBron or AD. You can dribble handoff. He can shoot the mid-range. He got the 3. Put him in the dunker spot, Skip, in between the 3-point line and the basket. One bounce, he's to the rim, let it up, or he can flush it home on you. Russ can't do that.
Can't do it. Yet, after the game, your man Anthony Davis said, and I quote, me and LB, as in LeBron, me and LB, we're telling him, we don't care if you miss everyone. Just play. Shoot your rhythm shots. Don't hesitate. What are you talking about? You're going to feed that fire and the ire of the fans?
The man had 4 turnovers in 29 minutes. He had to limit him. Frankie V said our greatest chance of winning is putting Russ on the bench. Skip, here's a man that's, like you said, for the last 5 years, triple-double, former MVP, multiple-time first-team All-NBA, multiple-time All-Star, one of the 75 greatest players of all time, and he became unplayable. Let that sink in. Austin Reeves is better. Malik better for the Lakers. Now, Skip, if you put him in a situation like you had him the other night, where it could just be him, and what he did is that all those other situations, he made us, all we focused on was the triple-double. Mm-hmm. We didn't see 8 turnovers connected to those triple-doubles.
Nope.
We didn't see the 9. We didn't see the 6. We didn't see the poor shot selection. Now, Skip, now he's on a team that have championship aspirations, and everything, under your Lakers, everything is under a microscope.
Correct.
So you get an opportunity to, damn. But he's been playing like that his whole career.
He has.
That's why he doesn't see anything wrong with it, Skip.
He does not. He has always prioritized starring and statting over winning. And yet we got to see him at Charlotte with no AD and no LeBron, and he went OKC Russ.
Thank you.
Right?
There you go. Yes.
And yet he made a couple threes, and he fell back in love with the 3, and it comes down to the last shot, and he decides, I'm going to try one more, and he missed it pretty badly.
Remember what we said about Paul George when Kawhi went out? And we said Paul George went back to Indiana Paul George. And then he could do what he needed to do.
But Paul George was way better being Indiana, Paul, because they could actually win some games.
He took Miami to Game 7. So we know what Paul George. Paul George is way more efficient, shooting the 3, mid-range, can get to the basket, can finish, a better free throw shooter. Yeah, he's a better player than Russ.
He's a better player.
Malik,
and he's 6'8".
Skip, at this point in time in Russ's career, Malik Monk is a better option.
He is.
Austin Reeves is not the offensive threat, but Austin Reeves does all the things defensively. He's going to take the charge. He's going to understand where he's vulnerable at.
Austin Reeves just knows how to play basketball.
Thank you. Because he can't rely on athleticism. So he has to study. He has to be instinctive to beat you to a point. Because if I don't, Skip, the guy's going to get by me. So he understands angles. Russ's athleticism, it's waning. That's why guys just blow right by him. That's why he's having trouble finishing at the rim. Russ used to finish at the rim. Russ came like Derrick Rose. Before Derrick Rose had those injuries, how athletic he was, how he could finish. That's what Russ was.
I agree.
Over the years, the injuries and age and attrition and playing like that style has robbed him of some of his athleticism.
He'll flash it occasionally on the offensive end, but not on the defense.
Oh, he ain't even trying to play no defense, Skip. At least try. I just want, if he'd just pinched R.J. Barrett, so R.J.'s like, ow, and lost the ball out of bounds, I'd have been okay with that. But you just can't, Skip, he got him. Everybody's like, okay, everybody got a man, we good. And then all of a sudden, he just turns and just opens the door.
I got to tell you, it has to be driving LeBron out of his mind.
It's driving everybody crazy, to be honest with you, Skip. I mean, look, the thing that I love about LeBron ain't going to throw anybody under the bus, Skip.
No.
He keeps saying, I told him to text me.
He won't throw an individual. He did that one time in Cleveland when he said, we're top heavy as you know what.
But he's like, I told him to text me. Get away from it. Hit me. AD. Hey, me and LB told him to get out of his own head. Just, hey, take the shot in rhythm. You had some in rhythm because you know why he's hesitating? Because he know he playing terrible. Skip, you as an athlete, you know when you playing terrible. I like to think I was an athlete at some point in time, and I knew when I was playing terrible.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times, Skip, guess what started happening? When they threw me the ball, I'm dumb. Damn. Because it's in my head, because I done dropped a couple early. I done missed some blocks, even though nobody saw it. So I know what's going on. I'm like, damn.
Last quick point. I read this on one of those days, the weekend, Saturday, I believe, that Bronny's favorite player has always been Russell Westbrook. And it surprised me a little bit, because now I see this Russ, and we always saw him before. We just let it go. You know, we just let it happen. But it made me wonder, do you think Bronny influenced his father? Because his father loves Bronny. And do you think that influenced LeBron even a little bit to say, okay, let's go get Russ instead of Buddy Hield?
I can see why Bronny likes Russ. You know why? Because Russ was play hard. Bronny plays hard. Bronny doesn't have the size. He doesn't have the athleticism of his dad. So he has to, it's the little things. When you're undersized, Skip, there are certain things that you have to be able to do.
And Bronny, is he 6'3"-ish?
I think they list him at 6'3", 190. So Skip, that's going to be his thing. He's got to be on the floor getting loose balls. He has to do those things. Well, you see Russ, AD, everybody on the Lakers has missed time except one player. Name the player that has not missed a game. Name the one player that doesn't need a night off. Ain't had no back tightness, ain't had no knee stiffness, ain't had no crook in his neck, ain't had no upset stomach. The one guy.
By the way, that guy, Russell Westbrook, is leading the NBA in minutes played to your detriment. He's also leading the league still in turnovers.
Yeah. Oh, why are you surprised by that?
I'm not, because he's playing so many
Not
minutes,
surprised.
it just goes
Skip,
up.
they cut him down. He had 29 minutes, and he still led the team in turnovers. The moment the mere fact that he's on the court, he's going to turn it over.
Yep.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.